What's up, guys, and welcome to the third installment in this series. Today we're going to discuss Flash, the fan show that it starts only a month after Superman started. Superman started 2 years after Batman. I don't remember if I mentioned that. I've been gone for a bit, but now I'm back and now I will continue. Uh, Season 1 is obviously the first season and kind of basic. Flash is obvious. I want him to be in this like CW. He's been a hero. That's the same thing with Superman. He has been a hero as long as Batman, but now he's finally showing up, and we don't really see his back. We do, but it's more like during the season we slowly see him turn back to that night or the night his mother died, and it's like yeah, Iris West is like a friend of his that he has had a crush on for many years. He is he lives with her father, uh, and because he was the best friend of his father, and he took him in after because he didn't have any in the immediate family in the close area. And she's like a reporter. She tries to figure out how has all these metahumans appear. Who is the reverse Flash? That's really her opinion. She tries to find out. She writes a little bit of it. She writes a blog about Flash. Joe West is just Joe West. He is just the guy he was in the Flash show. He's very smart, intelligent, and he is a good friend and father figure to Barry. Reverse Flash is top tier hitting. Everything you do is just hating on Barry. He fucks with Barry every second. He kills his mother, makes him paralyzed halfway into the show. He connects his back, like, and rips out one of those. So we see a very fun scene of Joe trying to get that piece, and then from Reverse Flash as he drops it as he runs away. Captain Cold is actually a meta human in this show. He has like the ice arms and shit. He is a meta human. And yeah, that's really sweet of him. And that's really cool because he just doesn't have that much opinion. He's just a bank robber who got. Think of Mr. Freeze in Batman 2004. That's more like Captain Cold in the show. Mr. The side heroes are them, and the show is mostly about Flash trying to stop this man because earlier he's only fought like the rogues, but now he fights a man who kills over and over again. And as you see, he's maybe a small villain, but that's just constantly in the show. Season 2. Flash has now started being like a figure to people because he has mostly been in the shadows actually. But now Flash Day is established in the Flash Museum, and people are like, oh my god, it's Flash. And the Flash one buys, oh my god, it's Flash. And then Iris West is obviously just in this show as she was in last season. Stay with Joe, but now in this season he's really like, trying to make her not die of the fame. It's very sweet. Captain Cole is now really a bigger villain because now he has organized with Heatwave, and they're like starting to collect the rogues together. Earlier the rogues haven't been together, but they have like he has fought all of them, but now Captain Cole is trying to collect them all, and Heatwave has just joined on. It's really sweet and sweet. I say really sweet. I'm thinking about when I describe Batman's relationship with the Robins. Uh, And then Flash is the main. He's starting to think maybe I need a sidekick because he both Superman and Batman at this point. Wonder Woman has sidekicks, it's like friends, and he's like very puzzled about that. Like, how am I going to survive and shit? Pla, main villain is typical where he's with, but they're always together. So we meet other villains. Him trying to stop one of villains, but they're not really important. Most of them are like created for the show. And just like, yeah. Now, Flash is now more is going to like be a trainer because he's now training Wally West to be Kid Flash. He's really trying to help him out and try to not disturb him and like trying to show him what it means to be a hero. Wally is now a hero. He's a bit older because he's around the same age as Dick, and Dick is around 19 at this point. So Wally's also, Wally's like 19 too. But he is Kid Flash. He's just starting out being a hero, and Barry has always been like a cool uncle to him because yeah, he's Iris West's brother's kid. Yeah, and so he's feeling like, how am I going to be Kid Flash? And it's like really cool because Joe West had no, it's Iris West's cousin. That's why he looks so old. Barry's not, and Barry isn't like a. I'm not changing this up. Barry isn't a father figure. He's more of a mentor to him, like Mr. Miyagi style. But he is really characterized in the world was they hit some women, just a big piece of much shit. But then he just realizes that he and that. But he also, in the end of the season, catches up to Barry, and then Barry realizes he will be faster than me one day. As was the same last season, but now she's like concentrated with meeting her niece, her cousin, and he gets really good well with her boyfriend, so she's really happy about that. Joe West is like he now has to take care of another kid. No, he's like I finally had the other two out the house. Now I got a new one. Captain Cole is now talk about it. The Mary got some lucky, and I'm like I finally collected all of them, and he's like really happy about that. So yeah, it was also like the we collected all of them. How are you gonna stop us now, Flashy? And what the Wizard is like, I finally can get my revenge. He has been a 1 week. He has been like a episode villains in like season 1 or 2. Same thing with Mirror Master, and they both are like lackeys basically. And now, because they now Wally and Flash takes a lot of place, so Iris and Joe is really shoved to the side. Joe doesn't appear in every episode this season anymore. As you see, Captain Cold is like maybe because he fight in the end fight. All of these three fights fucking Wally, and he gets a reason not Heatwave. Heatwave with Captain Cold fighting Flash, but both Mirror Master and that and when we start fighting Wally, and they're getting their shit clapped. And now season 4. This I think this is the final season with Barry, so it really shows of him marrying Iris, having such a lovely life with her, planning of having kids, and then in the end he gets to know he's going to be a father. And Kid Flash is really like he's an adult now. Why is he still Kid Flash? And he leaves. He's more like Nightwing. He is a main hero, but they doesn't call him. They call him Kid Flash. But then every time somebody calls him Kid Flash, he says Impulse, as he really tries to take up that name. But it doesn't stick. Everybody just, and then the season ends with him telling Barry, "You can call me Kid Flash, but I ain't no kid anymore." And it's really trying to show that. It's trying to show that he is like now enough. He is enough to become Flash himself. And Iris West is really, as she was in the last season, but now really happy because she's pregnant, want to tell Barry, and she's married, and he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a grandfather. I just got the last kid off the house because Wally just moves out and moves to Titan's Tower. We're never going to see the Titans in this world, but they exist. Remember? And he's really happy about being there. Then Gorilla God comes and fucks it all up. Not kidnapping Iris, fucking with Barry so hard. But he dies in this season. You see in the background, you see that big hair. Wally runs up it and fucking stabs him with his hand in the stomach. Not kill him. But then Gorilla God falls down and just fucking dies from the fall. And also Humanite is revealed that he is smart and he is like manipulating everything off scene and now just hates himself and has been and then gets imprisoned in the last end part and tells Wally that he's going to get his revenge. We never see that revenge, that he never gets it, because Wally killed his like brother or his best friend. As you see, they aren't really main heroes, but Wally disappears halfway into the show about the entire thing that he doesn't want to be called Kid Flash. He's Impulse, and they are all fine, and it's really. And as you see, he's the main, but he's really. And then first season with Wally. Wally kept most of the suit that he had when he was younger, but it's now just red and gold. He's really struggling with being Flash, but there's ain't no different because he was already the same speed as Barry in the last season. And he really troubles, and he tries to help Iris cope with this, but it's kind of hard for Iris to cope with this. And she leaves Central City. She only shows up for some episode. She doesn't even show up in this season. She's just a voice. She like when Polly asks her to start showing up, and she tells him about this boy she's met who has no problem with her kids. Because it was really sweet. And as I said, she's gone out of town. She doesn't see her in any problem this season. Joe West really struggling with now that he lost his son basically, and it's like really sweet him trying to mend up to Wally, and him they're creating a really good. And Zoom shows up to just torment uh Wally. I know you can't see him that well, but that's intentional because Wally never sees his face or his body, and Wally wins in the end by going into the Speed Force and fucking ripping the speed out of Zoom. He rips it out of him. He like goes in with him, he grabs it by his neck, pushes him into like the wall, and Zoom just falls out in a random universe. Because he has now lost his speed. Killer Frost just shows up as a nuisance. She doesn't help him. She's a completely different villain. And in this world, she's the daughter of Stein. She's like daughter of Captain Cold. So she has his powers. And then we go to main heroes, is obviously Wally, and the side heroes are obviously Joe and Dan. And as you see, she's just a side villain, and he's just a main villain, and I mostly describe that plot. Season 6. And yeah, Flash in this season is really happy because now he has his own little thing, and he doesn't give him Kid Flash, he gives him the name Impulse. He had so many years where Kid Flash, even though he wasn't even old enough. He was like 17 when he was introduced as Kid Flash, and then became 19 when he was Kid Flash first time we saw him. But now he's like, and he names him Impulse. Impulse, like he's in Justice, he's super energetic, and he is the son of Iris. Was completely not his grandkid. And his thing is that he just ages really fast, and then Wally helps him stop aging super fast, but now he's stuck in this form, and his mind aged too. So, and Wally helped him stabilize his speed. That why wasn't. I first says she was in last season, but now she actually shows up, leaving off Impulse, telling him you have to fix this. And Joe West is as he was in last season, and I was really happy to see Wally take care of a kid like his own. And Savitar comes and fucks it all up. It's Barry. Barry is alive in Savitar. And it's really weird because Savitar comes and fucks it all up by running up and beating the shit out of Wally, and then Impulse Impulse knocks off his puzzle's face and like that. He gets really taken off balance and just gets shagged. He just gets stabbed and shit. It's really sad. Captain Boomerang shows up, looks like it's comic character, but he's not fucking nuisance. He throws a boomerang, but it's a joke. Then Wally just runs away, and so it just flings back and hits him in the head. So Wally takes him out to pieces and shows in several beginning of the episodes. And see, Impulse is a kid actually. He's like 12. He's only like some months old, but he's like 12's body type and age and the mind and shit. It's really Savitar's always the main villain, but Boomerang is just a little nuisance. And then now he's like, I'm stuck with 2 sidekicks. Because Iris is another kid of Iris. Because the other twin, is now starting to have the same problem, so he has to fix her too. And she becomes just a quick. And Impul's like, yeah, I got my sister back, and she is no baby anymore. And she's like, I hate my life. Why do I have to be super fast? And it's like really weird, because it's like, yeah, but you have to. It's a struggle we all have to. Oh, I didn't mention how Wally got his speed. Wally touched Flash when he was going into the Speed Force. That's the only reason he has it. Iris West, yeah, she's just fucking Iris West. She does nothing in the show. She really went from being a strong, amazing figure in early seasons to becoming annoying as hell. She's not even like in the Flash where she's just annoying. No, she's just shitty. She just doesn't do anything after Barry's death. And that's why I describe he's more like saying, but like, why do I have to live with both my grandkids? Because Wally lives in like a small studio apartment, he can't have them. And then Yoas tells him, you can move in. You move in again. You get back your old room. Black Flash shows up and being a fucking nuisance. And this is also revealed to be Barry. In the end of the last season, Savitar was fucking sent into the negative Speed Force he was by Wally. And then he came out Black Flash. And it's really fun because this is like his corpse, what was under the Savitar armor. Now he's in a basic Flash suit. they are trying to help Wally, but Wally's really like, you guys aren't fast, and both of them always lack after Wally. That's why, and so he knows they're not gonna be his level. But in the end of the season, he raises Impulse, and Impulse is barely behind them. But Impulse knows that he's never gonna get any faster, because it's revealed that he was taking Compound V from Black Flash. It dropped. This was really fun. I was obviously used to main villain. Final season of Flash. Flash really, in the beginning, we see that he's now dealing with all the Flashes that he has met, mentor in new bodies. It's really hard on him, and he realizes. So there is actually a scene where he talks to Dick. Dick is not in these slides, but we see him and like a figure in this season. Not Nightwing. Dick Grayson, and it's really sweet how he talks to this Grayson. Yeah, sorry for that. Impulse is really like, how, why am I so slow? He's not getting addicted. And then Wally finds out about this and tells him the hurting of Compound V. Because Compound V is like a secret organization in this world that makes this speed drug. Normal people could be as fast as Flash. It's really bad. And yeah. It's quick to help her brother with his addiction, and she actually beats his ass. Like fucking crashes out on him. And the rest only helps in one episode. The rest of it, she's talking about how happily she's with her new husband. The rest is really just around trying to raise these kids. When Godspeed shows up. Impulse from the future. He got addicted. But it's really cool how they defeat him. Always like fighting him. And then Impulse stabs himself with something Nightwing sent over, because Nightwing is smart in this universe. And Tim helped him out to send over like a stab that makes him not be able to kills him if he ever takes Compound V. Because he's a future version of him. He stabs it in, never takes Compound V again. But Godspeed loses mostly of his speed, and you get his ass kicked by fucking Impulse. And yes, as you see, they are really focused there. Mostly he's the main villain I described most of the end. This is the Flash family. Thanks for watching this video.